Peace and blessings, my youth, my friends. Hello, welcome back to part two of my top 10 movies. I hope you guys went and watched the first one and did your rankings of how you would have rated all of those movies. Of course, this is going to be the second half of this, and like I said in the first one, all these, if they haven't already, will get a video review, and of course, all these ones need to be up on my letterboxd. Um, I think I have one, two, three, four, four. So the other six, I still need to write an actual review for. I haven't done it yet. Yeah, let's see, one, two, three, four. Yeah, maybe five. I think half ish still need an actual like written review and a video review of their own. So don't think that's not coming. I'm not gonna not cover these individually as art pieces. I will do so in the future. But for now, I just want to give you my top 10 movies for the year 2025. It was a pretty crazy year in movies. A lot of good stuff came out. A lot of stuff I still need to see and will cover in the future. Um, but since I just started this channel this year, there was no hope for me to keep up. So I'm hoping to do better this year in 2026 is one of my goals to do better and keep up and just with different life stuff, but especially where I want to try to make this a good channel for everybody to tap into. So coming in right now at number six is actually the first video I ever made on this channel for Roofman with Channing Tatum and Kristen Dunst. It's the story of Jeffrey Manchester, the roof man from the early 2000s, late 90s era. Um, and it's such a beautiful story. I did a whole video on it. A couple of extra thoughts I didn't get to share in that video. I think one of the things that make it so cool to me is you get his narration the whole time of his thoughts, and I think that that's very unique. This one did fight for a long time. This movie did fight for a long time. A good long battle for a number one position with Kill Bill that came out in theaters this year. Kill Bill won, but not by a landslide. Actually, it was actually pretty close. I love both of these movies for very different reasons. One of these is something that is just you have Quentin Tarantino's like life work expressed through the celebration of this big whole view of his art, and then you have something that I believe could be nominated for a best adapted story to screen, and an actor like Channing Tatum that could be put up for a Golden Globe as best leading man. But that's just my opinion. So take it, leave it, like it or not. That's where I'm at with Roofman. And coming in at number seven, we have Frankenstein from 2025. So Frankenstein for me was another one that I got to watch over the holiday season. Uh, it was a really really fun one. Jacob Elordi, if I'm saying that right or wrong, again forgive me. Frankenstein came out to rave reviews, and Oscar Isaac's lead man as Frankenstein, he was just brilliant and terrifying and, incredible. And, I think the way that the actor plays the monster or the creature is understated and very almost heartfelt in a way that I feel like that creature doesn't really get expressed. I think it definitely helps that this movie was filmed in a way that it was mostly just practical effects and not a lot of CGI, so you get to see a lot of the actor's face and the makeup that they did for him. And it also doesn't hurt that this was directed by Guillermo del Toro, uh, Big Big Daddy Guillermo, the one and the only, one of the best in my opinion in the horror thriller biz. Um, and so that definitely doesn't hurt its case either. But that being said, uh, that one I think is up for also a couple of Oscars and a nomination for maybe Best Picture. I'm not entirely sure. If it isn't, it should. Um, Most definitely, but it was one of my favorites this year, just because I love a good creature feature. As far as like, I love the old ones with Boris Karloff and the Mummy and Frankenstein. You know, Dracula, Wolfman, like all those 1940s, 50s uh, horror ones from Universal are just fantastic in my opinion. Some of the best. Uh, so Frankenstein and monsters and things like that will always have a special place in my filmography when I go through things. Coming in at number 8, we have Drop. This film is really, really good. I'm going to do a video on this one very soon. Uh, it does have its very own written review out on Letterboxd. Um, and so you guys can go look at that if you're curious about what I said about it. This one had pretty good Rotten Tomatoes. It came in a little bit lower than most of them, but it was one of my favorites. I think the tension is kept there in this thriller. Blumhouse does a fantastic job of always putting out, cult classics that will live on for years and become something that our kids will look back on and say, "Oh yeah, that's that movie from that generation." It's a very, very, very good film. I like it a lot. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about it or the cast or stuff because I want to do that in a separate video entirely. But that movie did come out and it was really, really good. So, um, that one came in at number 8, and Frankenstein came in at number 7, and Roofman at number 6, if you're keeping track. So, number 9, we are 1-2 away from the end, you guys. That's incredible. At number 9, we have the Thunderbolts. This movie was one of the best I think Marvel has done, you know, possibly ever, definitely in years. This movie actually, as weird as this is going to sound, it reignited my fire and my interest in the MCU as a whole. Um, for a while there, I had a hard time keeping up and following along with the overarching story. It was definitely confusing, uh, but that one was very, very good. So, and then at number 10, and that one will get its own separate video. I'm just realizing that I got to get on out of here and end this video. I don't want to drag this on for too long. But at number 10, the final one that made the list this year was The Amateur. Rami Malek and Lawrence Fishburne do a great, almost Jason Bourne meets Punisher meets Revenge Story meets incredible, just well thought out action piece that's not too samey for a genre like a revenge series or something like that. And the character feels well built and driven by his own things that aren't just the normal in the hey, you killed my genre. You know what I mean? It's a very, very, very good film. I can't suggest it enough. This one also got low Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know why. It's really good. I could see it winning an award in a different world. It's definitely got an award in my heart as one of the best action movies that came out this year that wasn't a superhero film. So, but that's going to be the end of this video. You guys have a great weekend, and I will see you again very, very soon. Let me know how you would have ranked all these movies. Let me know what your 6 through 10 numbers were on your top 10 movies. I love to see it in the comments. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you share this with a friend. And I'm going to keep doing this until the cows come home and, you know, Michael J. Fox shows up in the DeLorean and tells me that they need me back in the future. So, but I love doing what I'm doing. Make sure you guys go out and support your local cinema. And I will just see you guys in the next video. Peace and blessings.